Welcome back to Algebra 1, Chapter 5, Section 6 in this book. And notice it says take 2 because I just started it before, but I had something in my eye, so I kept saying things wrong, so I started over. Alright, so what we've been talking about is different ways to write equations. We've learned slope-intercept, which is y equals mx plus b. And that one's our favorite because we can put it in our calculator and make our calculator graph it. So that's just going to be our favorite. The one we learned last video, which is point slope, which you might not like, that's okay. It will start feeling better when you get to Algebra 2. If you have hate in your heart for it, that's okay for now. Maybe later you'll like it a little bit. Okay, and today we're going to learn one called standard. Just put that there for now. And we already know that if you have x equals a bare number, then it makes a vertical line. And if you have y equals a bare number, it makes a horizontal line. So those are all of the ones we're going to learn. Now then, this is the standard form. And in it, you have x then y on one side of the equals and the bare number on the other side. It's called standard form. And weirdly, there is math etiquette, which is that there are no fractions in it. So here we have an equation in standard form, in slope-intercept form, and we're going to make it standard form by comparing it to the formula and moving things till they're in the right place. And how do we move things? By doing the opposite. Okay, so y is good. It's on this side of the equal. C, the bare number is good. It's on that side of the equal. The thing that needs moving is the x. And we're not saying y is x not alone. We're moving this whole term to the other side by doing the opposite. So the opposite of this positive 2/5 x is negative or minus 2/5 x. And what you do to one side, you do to the other. Those cancel out. And now we write them in the x's before the y's, because x's go before y's. So we write negative 2/5 x plus y equals negative 3. Now, is that standard form? No, because you're not allowed to have fractions. And we have a fraction. So we need to do something called clearing the fraction. And it's based on the idea that you're allowed to do whatever you want in math as long as you do it to both sides of the equal. And what I want to do is I want to multiply everybody by 5 so that those will cancel out and I won't have a fraction anymore. So 5 times negative 2/5, the 5's cancel out and I'm left with negative 2x. 5 times y is 5y. And 5 times negative 3 is negative 15. That is in standard form. Okay, here's another one. Here we have point slope. We're going to put this information into point slope and then we're going to change it to standard form. Okay, so we write it down, y minus y1, which is the only y we got. So y minus 3 equals m, which is negative 2, times x minus minus 4 is plus 4. Okay, so that's it in point slope. Now we want to make it standard. Well, the problem is we have that parentheses thing. So we need to distribute that first. Y minus 3 equals negative 2x minus 8. Now, how are we doing? Well, we have bare numbers on both sides, so and they're supposed to be over here. So we'll move that 3 over here by doing plus 3. Those cancel out, and now we have y equals. Now we need to move this x on the other side. The opposite of minus 2x is plus 2x. Those cancel out. So actually I could go ahead and write 2x plus y equals negative 8 plus 3 is negative 5. Ta-da! So now that one is in standard. 2x plus y. Yep, we got it. Okay. Now, the last thing we're going to do is a word problem. And remember I told you we're skipping some word problems because you don't really do them? This is a very dumb word problem, but you do it in Algebra 1 a lot. So we're going to go ahead and learn it. You are throwing a party. And you want to figure out how much hamburger you're going to fix and how much chicken. Hamburger costs $2 a pound. This is not during COVID-19 because hamburger does not cost $2 a pound. It's at least $4 a pound. Okay, chicken is $3 a pound. That seems a little high, but for here in Georgia where we have the poultry industry. But we'll just get in our pretend land and do this. Okay, the total you have to spend on meat is $30. And X is going to be how much hamburger you'll buy. Y is how much chicken. And we're going to put it in standard form. AX plus BY equals C. So to get how much hamburger you're going to buy, you multiply the cost per pound by how much you're buying. So 2 times X. To find out how much chicken you're buying, you do the cost of chicken times how much chicken you're buying. And altogether, it does not need to be more than $30. Done? So then you can make a graph. And this is the part nobody does. Okay? And so how we can do it is we'll do it cheater pants way. If X is 0, then Y is being multiplied by 3, so we divide both sides by 3, is 10. If Y is 0, then X is 15. 2 divided on both sides, 30 divided by 2 is 15. Now we can graph it. If X is 0, Y is 10. If X is 15, Y is 0, that's our line. So this is what you would do. If you spent all the money on chicken, then that's how much you would have. If you spent all your money on hamburger, that's how much you would have. And then you have a graph and you can pick a place and decide this is how much you're going to buy. No one does this. Instead they go, let's get this much chicken, this much hamburger, it'll be good. Nobody does that. It's one of those dumb, someone bought 50 watermelons math problems, but they're in the book and you need to know how to do them. Alright? Math is great, even when it doesn't make sense because the word problem is so silly.